Good morning and welcome to the Monday Marketing Minute. Let's talk numbers. Last week in Microsoft's quarterly report, they announced that LinkedIn has seen record engagement once again. And I think most accounts and users are actually thinking, what the Well, it's a good thing that engagement is strong because reach is abysmal. Success on social media is really changing in 2025, and it's less about seeing these crazy skyrocketing growth numbers, and it's more about finding the right people, meeting them where they're at and where they're already hanging out, and figuring out ways to tap into those audiences and to get in front of them there. You know who else has strong opinions on LinkedIn is Mr. Richard Vanderblom, who last week released his fifth annual Algorithm Insights report, and it's packed full of goodness. But what's interesting about the first chapter is it's telling us what we already knew from interviews with the algorithm team at LinkedIn, and that's that your actions on the platform have a real outsized impact on your feed and your experience in the platform. This is huge because it actually means that you can train the platform and see more of what matters to you. And it also means that we as content creators need to be thinking about creating content that prompts our viewers to actually engage with those assets. Not to be left out of the earnings release fun, Meta had their earnings release last year too. I think that what's most interesting are some of the data and numbers coming out of Threads. So Threads has now achieved 350 million active users per month. And while that's certainly not as much as Twitter, X, or Instagram, that's actually on par with what we see on LinkedIn, where only a certain percentage of users are actually logging in weekly. And so this is definitely showing some growth and some staying power for the platform. They've also continued to iterate. They released ads for Threads earlier this year, and they've just widely rolled that out to more accounts. And they are continuing to beef up their data and their algorithms and their recommendation engine. So if you haven't already spent any time on that platform, it's definitely time for you to take a peek and see what you might be missing out on. That's your Monday Marketing Minute. We'll see you next week for our next edition.